Hello and welcome to Board Stupid. My name's Wayne.
And I'm Matt.
And this is our review of Sky Team by Scorpion Masque. In Sky Team, you're going to be playing the role of a pilot and a co-pilot, attempting to land your plane through a variety of different airports with a number of different obstacles. You're going to be making sure that you control the speed, control the tilt of the airport, make sure that you have your landing gear in order, and never, ever, ever neglect to open your flaps. Sky Team plays 2 players exclusively, will play in about 15 minutes and has an MSRP of $29.99. And without further ado, let's dive into how this game plays. Matt, lead us off. How does this game play?
So, as you said already, you are pilot and co-pilot, we're trying to bring people home, basically.
Let's take them home, baby.
The game is pretty simple. At the start of your turn, each of the 2 players will roll their own dice in secret behind this beautifully made screen, and after that, there is no communication anymore between the 2 players.
No.
What needs to happen is you will need to place your dice in order, in turn, the pilot first, co-pilot after, and each turn that things will go around, so co-pilot first and pilot after. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to level your plane, you're trying to go to the right speed, and you're trying to clean up all the other planes that are on your route to go back
Radio
home.
air traffic control to get them out of the way.
And you, at the same time, you're trying to turn on all your landing gear, your flaps, your brakes, and everything that you need to go back home.
To land the plane, right? As you might imagine. Absolutely fantastic, yeah.
The game, this is the basic game.
Yes.
And basically it goes in turns, like pilot first and pilot first, until you guys all played all your dice, and then when the next turn is gonna start. When the next turn starts, you basically keep descending. So you see these 2 trackers, this is the distance that you get from the airport, and this one is the altitude that you get. This is basically your turn. Every turn you go down by.
It's like a turn tracker. So
it's a turn tracker. Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah.
And basically, what you need to do at the end of the game, you need to try to align with your last one to the last one from the airport tracker.
Yeah. So it makes,
And here's where you can land. It seems pretty easy at this point. And the introductory games actually helps you to learn this kind of mechanics. But when you go down to a little bit more complex levels, you will add more module that you start applying to your plane. For example, you will need to start looking after your fuel, or you need to start looking after the intent of your plane, or you need to look after the speed of the wind and where the wind is gonna come from, or you need to check if your fuel is gonna froze or not.
Yeah.
So, and all of this still playing 4 dice at the time. So then non-verbal communication that you need to have your second player with the pilot and the co-pilot. You need to understand what the other guy is going to do.
Absolutely.
And trying to make them understand what kind of dice you have without actually saying it. So it's one of those games where it's all about the non-communication, and I really love it. It's it brings out the best in the 2-player co-op style.
I think it's fantastic in that respect. And you can say quite a lot just with how you place your dice, right? So if I'm placing like a high number over here, I'm signaling to Matt with an intent that you need to play a lower number here to keep the balance right, or to swing it over to your side. It's really clever. There is a number of ways to mitigate the dice, which I love as well, because, you know, would you be a pilot if you weren't drinking coffee, right? So if you've ever got a dice that you can't use, you can generate some coffee, and that's going to be a great way to either add one or subtract one from your dice value, which might be absolutely crucial to getting something that you need sorted out in order. Because as you'll notice on the board, a lot of these spots are locked to either the co-pilot can do it only, or the pilot can do it only, and more than that, only specific values can go in those spaces. So you better make sure you have them in order to get the plane landed. I think it's such a fantastic design.
It is. It's a very great design, and each scenario. So this is not. It's a scenario-based game, and in each scenario will be basically a different airport. And there are in the box alone. There are plenty of them.
There are loads.
These are just few of them, and you can see at the top of them you will have a green color for the easier one, a yellow color for the more medium ones. You will have then go into the red for the very difficult levels.
For your serious airports.
Onto the black ones. And this one are just for the pro players of this game.
I didn't even know there was a black one in the box.
Yes.
That's some scary stuff.
On top of this, I think there are around 21 scenarios in the core box. However, there is a QR code in the box where you can go on the publisher website and you can download more games.
It's fantastic.
We're using the same token and the same cards that you got
Same components
in here. You can play more games, but even replaying the same scenario is always fun because it's always going to be a different thing. It's still up to what you roll.
Yeah, you four dice and then hope for the best. This game gives a really wonderful sense of stress, which is what you'd expect from a good cooperative game, right? I think any good cooperative game should be difficult. It shouldn't be easy, and this has definitely got the right level of difficulty, I think, and especially as you go up in some of these more challenging airports. Yeah, it's absolutely fascinating. Alrighty, we talked about the gameplay. Matt, let's talk about the production of this game.
And this game is good, and I say really good.
The production's real good, yeah.
From the mini tokens, the mini airplane token, on actually how clever they use the cardboards to create the aircraft command module to the plane. Everything is got its own purpose. There is nothing too much.
Yeah, nothing wasted in this production at all.
Or too less. You got exactly what you need to play the game using quite non-expensive materials, but everything is made perfectly.
Everything is really clear. I think the design is functional. I mean, it's about landing a plane, so you're not going to have some crazy, artistic interpretation of that. They've tried to make it, I think, as, a technical looking cockpit, right? And that's what it looks like. It feels like you're adjusting different knobs and dials in your cockpit and making sure that everything is in place. I think it works perfectly in that respect.
And I tell you something, from someone that actually flew a plane when I was a kid.
Yeah.
This is what it looks like.
It's pretty. Okay, there you go. Pretty good. So I think
they went really. You were saying that the publisher, the designer, went to speak with actual pilots,
expert pilots.
Yes.
Yeah,
so
to try and help.
That's why it's perfectly done.
Yeah, it's perfectly done. I love the fact that we have all of these double thickness sections of the board. Yeah. You will put this together in much the same way as Starship Captains, where you sort of fold it and it will tab together really well. That's super smart.
And something like easy and simple, like making the button sliding to turn on the light.
It's so clever.
It's so easy, but at the same time super clever. You're just doing it with cardboard. Perfect. Very well done, guys. This is
excellent production, and for the MSRP, absolutely certainly worth the value. Love all the double layer stuff. Really clever use of the tokens. Nice pieces, little wooden planes. Dice are fantastic as well. Nice chunky dice. Certainly no complaints from us from production, I think.
No, absolutely.
It's a good one. So Matt, tell us, who do you think this game is for?
So first of all, if you like any aviation stuff, go get it.
If you're an aviation enthusiast,
absolutely,
this is a must-buy.
Secondly, all the two players aficionados. If you like to play your game with your buddy or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whoever it is, this is very, very clever. And as I was saying earlier, the non-communication communication. It's really fun. It's really, really fun. Makes you understand the other person better. Not joking.
Really
Not joking. And I will also suggest this game if you like something like The Crew. Again, because he's got the same mechanics of like need to understand what the other players are doing, working collaboratively towards a goal, and when you actually reach that goal, you make it. This gave me the same feeling I had playing the crew. Again, this is 2 players only. The crew is 3 more or more players, but you got the same excitement and thrill at the end when you place your last dice. You go like, yes, we've done it.
We landed. We did it. Everyone's alive.
That's what I would say. That's my.
It's for those folks.
Yes,
I think that's perfect. And I'll tell you what, this fills a really great gap in a lot of people's collections because it's a 2-player cooperative game. I don't know that many of them that, especially not ones that are this good. Yes, you can play Pandemic at 2. You can play other games of a similar.
You can play the crew at 2 with the bot
variant. That's right. But this is just custom made for it, and it so perfectly sits in that space. It's not too long either. It's just about small enough to take with you. So you could travel with this very easily as well. It's just a fantastic design, and it fills, I think, an unusual niche. So it'll make those people very happy indeed.
Absolutely, and at the same time, the early level scenarios are pretty sweet and easy.
Yeah, pretty breezy.
Going out in difficulty, going up with the difficulty, it is a nightmare. It's stressful, and you will fail all over again. That makes it, when you actually complete that scenario, you will feel like so happy about it.
Absolutely.
Yes. It's
definitely to be commended is the fact that there is such a great range of difficulties out of the box. So, if you're worried about, being super frustrated about your co-op game, there is easy scenarios.
Oh yes, absolutely. And that tons.
Tons of them. And if you're worried about, you don't want your co-op too easy, you can jump straight into sort of the yellow and above and just get punished. So there's something there for a couple of different types of people. So check it out. So it's time for your final thoughts. Matt, give us your conclusion and your rating for Sky Team by the Scorpion Masque.
I would say probably, well, if you got to this point in the review, you will know that this is a 5 out of 5.
It's a 5 out of 5 from Matt.
Easy. I already played this a lot, and I will keep playing and playing. And again, with the fact that the guys are throwing more scenario down on the website, you can keep adding things. But again, you put it out in 1 minute. You play for 10 minutes. If you lose, you start again. It's another 10 minutes. Or you can just play the next scenario and the next and the next. And it is thrilling. Is when you actually manage to land the plane. Is exciting. Is when you lose. It's not frustrating at the point like, oh, this is impossible. You're just like being unlucky, or you've done something that you should have not done. So you're gonna learn for the next time, and it creates that magic things between 2 persons to get to know each other through a game that I find it fantastic.
That's absolutely stunning. Yeah, it's going to be a 5 out of 5 for me as well. It's so good, I can't even speak. And there's a few reasons for this. I mean, like, our definitions are super simple. You can see them down in the description of the video. Like, it's an excellent game, and we'd have it in our collection, right? We're relatively generous in that respect, but I think it is an excellent game. I mean, it fills a niche that I don't have, you don't have. It's a great cooperative game. It's been immaculately designed. It's fun. It is difficult without being overbearingly stressful, but it still gives you that sense of tension, which you want in a cooperative game. You need to have a sense of tension, I think, in order for it to be a well-designed co-op. And it does it really, really well. And the idea of the non-verbal communication is another layer of interest, which gives this game a little bit more mystique and keeps you coming back. So when you do fail, you'd be like, if only I was more obvious about what I did this time, or maybe I could have done this instead, and you just learn something a little bit more. It's I think a spectacular game, an absolute triumph. It's a real shame we didn't get to play this before we did our top 5 of Spiel, because this would 100% have made it into the top 5 of Spiel, probably booting something else out. Don't know what, couldn't say it now. They're all spectacular games. Check out that video if you haven't. But if we had played it enough before that video, it would have made it. It's an excellent, excellent game, and probably going to be one of the best games of 2023.
Yeah, I think it's up there. Yes.
Absolutely. So that was our review of Sky Team by the Scorpion Masque. And what do you think? Do you agree or disagree with our review? Have you played Sky Team? Let us know in the comments below. And if you liked this content, never forget to hit the like button, give us a comment, and subscribe for more.
Is it here? Where is it?
I think it's down there. I can't remember, but you'll find
please.
it. Hit that button for more news, more reviews. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you again real soon.
Ciao.